What's going on, people? It's Mr. back in with the preview. And yes, again, I can repeat this from the show 3 weeks ago. Forest lost again, this time home to Cardiff. And I don't know what to say. I'm just getting a bit, what's the word? I'm not going to swear. I'm going to be nice. Because looking at everyone's face, I don't need to tell everyone. Look at Matt's face. Matt's face just says it all.
I can swear if you want.
If you want to swear, Lee, you can.
It's Sunday. It's Sunday. It's church day.
Oh, it's church day, so people.
That was this morning.
Frustrated.
That's
the word. That's your life.
That's the word. So yeah, Forest lost 2-1. Chris Hughton is in massive trouble, and yeah, I'm gonna start with. Let me start with you, Matt. Matt, should you repeat what you said 4 weeks ago?
Back to Christmas, you can rewind the tape and just stop every week. It's the same thing, isn't it? It's the same thing every week. No one, the best player probably was our left back, wasn't he? I think probably. Give him a couple of weeks, and he won't be much cult playing in this team, will he? It's the same pattern. Garner's graph's going down. It's hard. It's hard for all of them.
He got man of the match. Garner did.
I know.
I was
ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's whoever just sponsored the match from the Clough boxes that chooses that. It's not done on any scientific method. Whoever it is should probably pick the team.
That was a Hughton decision, that.
Right. Before we start, I want to shout out to Lennon, because Lennon did the vlogging today. So people, if you do want to watch the vlog, the link is below, and Lennon did a fantastic job as well for me doing it. So shout out to Lennon for doing the vlog. Great job for you, Lennon, and as well the link is below. So yeah, Matt. Who's gone off? Dylan's gone off. So Matt, your opinion on today's game. Let's start with you.
Well, it was the same old story, wasn't it? Basically, we started okay. We could have been losing. We got a goal. I didn't know what to do, really. It was an unexpected goal, but it was a good goal. One we haven't seen for a long time. 2 or 3 passes. It's a sensible football goal. Fair enough. We were winning at half time. We could have just as easily been losing, but we were winning. Basically, it was the same thing. They tried to do as little as they could. There was no management of the game whatsoever, and they made the changes. They took the initiative. They scored a couple of goals. We did very little after that. There was virtually no football involved, and they got the points. We didn't. Another 2-1. It takes a special kind of manager to be this consistently bad.
We're consistent
really
at something.
Can you think of another manager? Warburton and these guys were, but who could do this every game? It's like self-harm, isn't it? It's insanity. They do the same thing every time. No substitutions or like for like.
Matt, it was funny, Matt, because I put on social media, on my Twitter, about whoever, if Hughton goes, whoever is a manager of Forest, they're going to get absolutely hammered. It could be if Forest could get a new owner, they'll hammer him. New manager, they'll hammer him.
But you say that, but how low is the bar now? There are some people still saying after 40, 50 games, give them time.
No chance now.
Well, you've got to be out of your mind. You've got, if the bar's that low, where 2 or 3 weeks ago they definitely were saying it. Hopefully now everyone's woken up to it. But people were saying it. If anyone came in and won a couple of games, how many has he won? He's winning like 20% or something now. It's hard to be that bad.
Lead, what was your opinion on the game today?
There's not much to add to what Matt said, but my observation for the second half, for example, was we'd get to goal and we wouldn't have a clue how to do it, what to do once we get in that final third. You notice every other team, they get to the final third and they'll work an area or a space to have a shot. We just sort of pass sideways, come back across, pass sideways, go back, go across, pass sideways. We've got no idea of how to create an opportunity, and it's just, you couldn't see how we'd score a second goal. There was nothing that second half. Am I wrong?
Sorry, Lee, I've just seen a comment from Lennon. Matt, I should mention about the Garner playing as number 6.
It's a good point. Well, all our midfield players number 6s. My number 6, the centre half. They all play like centre halves. We've got at least one that is a centre half. If he's lucky on a good day, actually gets picked every week. And Garner, yeah, he did play like a number 6, more like a centre half.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah. Dylan, as it was first time Dylan took his daughter today, did she enjoy it? Did you enjoy it?
She enjoyed it. She enjoyed it.
She doesn't understand.
She thought we were playing in blue.
Did she shout Hughton out or?
No, well, I had to explain to her at the end about the manager, and then she came to me just before she went to bed. She went, Daddy. I said, what? She went, has the Forest manager gone yet? I went, no, not yet. She went, what are we playing at?
So she knows more than the board. Get her on the board.
I know.
At least she goes to the games, and at least she knows what needs to be done.
Well, yeah.
So Dylan, like I said, I think. Well, let's change a bit. Dylan, who do you think? Who impressed you today? Like, was there any players that stood out for you today?
Stood out? Not really. Well, the left backs, Lowe and Spencer. Them two, I thought.
I don't think Spencer played good. If I'm honest, people in the comments.
First half he did.
I don't think he did.
I think first half he was trying to make some runs and that, but I think them two are basically going to... Lowe came into the game towards the end. Me personally think more games, hopefully, can do something.
Not in this team. If we can send him to Lincoln, he would become a good player.
Well, I don't think... Well, I don't think... I personally don't think that... I think the team would be all right, but it's just the tactics and everything else. It seems like they've got too much shackles on.
He don't know where to play them.
Right.
He's got no idea where to
play. Sorry, can you read this comment for Martin Shear? Bring back Billy. It's lifetime best manager I ever had. Yes, he was a good manager, but
not ever had.
But Martin, can you remember the second spell that he was at Forest? Come on,
unfinished business part 3.
Yeah,
no.
But what's important though? Is there a lot of good stuff happening off the pitch that we can be proud of? I'd like to give Billy his hour in court and then actually hear from him one day. Get him on the show. That would be an interesting one.
Makes you wonder why he's never had another job.
No, well, precisely, but that's the hatchet job that we did on him. I'm not going to stick up. I'm not going to stick up for him. But as far as being a football manager, his players wanted to play for him, and he was one of the most successful we ever had. If you're interested in football, that's the thing.
He was one of the most successful,
moment,
yet we still didn't get out the championship. So what's that tell you? How low we've become as a club?
Well, yeah, absolutely. But we're polishing as hard as we can on that particular one at the moment, aren't we?
Hanging on to it.
Right, there's a question from and I think everyone's seen it on Twitter regarding David Johnson's tweet, and I 100% agree with him. Have you three seen it?
Yeah, I agree with what he said.
What do you agree with, Lee? Yeah.
Yeah, he's speaking his mind. It's a shame half the board won't come out and say something, isn't it? They just hide. That's all they do is hide. You never see anyone.
What about you, Matt?
He cares about the club, doesn't he?
Yeah.
His heart's in the right place.
But there's the thing,
he wore the shirt with distinction, and his son's playing for us. They're all fans of the club. They want what's best. What are the club interested in? What are the hierarchy interested in? They're more interested in shutting people up. They don't look after their employees, their players, their fans. What are they doing? What are they doing? I don't get it myself.
Third comment from James. How you doing, James? First half, Forest we're passing away from looks like a good side. Just quite click and get the next gear. I think Forest need a new leadership, most of them are all new manager. I just don't think we could talk about new managers and all that, but I'll start with you, Dylan. Right? Do you really think a new manager is going to change this group?
Yeah, I do personally.
What? Tell me. Right, people in the comments. Who do you think is the manager that could take over Hughton if he gets sacked? Comment below. I'll look at your comments. Dylan, talk to me.
I don't know out there at the minute. Like you've got Chris Wilder, you've got people saying John Terry, you've got people saying Lampard and stuff like Steve. Is it Steve Coppell?
Yeah.
Cooper.
Coppell could be good.
We'll
No,
have
but
double.
I mentioned the other night. I won't mind. Mike Appleton from Lincoln.
Yeah.
But once he at what club was he at? Blackburn. He was at Blackburn. No, he was at Blackburn. He didn't do well for them.
Yeah, but you know
No,
what I mean. But
no.
me personally, think that I think we've got a team. We can get something out of them. Do you know what I mean? Mid-table at the most at the minute, but it's just the tactics. It's just you're 2-1 down. Joe Lolly come on, and he actually did well, but then he brings on Myton 10 minutes to go, and he's still got one more sub to go, and he's not brought Carvalho on or someone else on to attack. I don't get it. Why don't you use all three? You're 2-1 down. Go for it.
Message from Curtis Shaw. Shout out Curtis Shaw. He's an Arsenal YouTuber, fantastic YouTuber. So make sure people subscribe to him. He says Chris Wilder or Eddie Howe. Any of them two managers stick out.
Eddie Howe won't come here. No chance. I'd like
Why
him
not?
to come.
Why not?
Because his missus likes him being down south, doesn't she?
You don't know, his girlfriend might like it.
That sounds so wrong, but it's true.
I love how people know these things.
What about you, Matt? Chris Wilder and Eddie Howe?
Anyone.
Yeah,
anyone attack-minded.
Anyone. Call anyone
attack-minded.
Look, let's face it, we could all do a better job. You know, people say, oh, yeah, everyone's a football expert. I've spoken to 3 of the most successful former managers of the club. None of them know what he's doing. So I'll go with them. All those 3 guys that had twice the win percentage of this bloke. And, like I say, I think anyone could do a better job. I really do. I mean, there's some blatant, obvious ABC of football kind of decisions to be made. The captaincy's daft. You know.
What about Frank Lampard? Everyone's talking about Frank Lampard.
I'll take him.
Why not? Choosing them?
Why? Because
what we've got to lose.
In the mind of if you've got the likes of John Terry and Frank Lampard being branded. John Terry's an ex-defender, so he's literally played all his career defensively. Where Frank Lampard was an attacking midfielder, and you saw what he did at Derby.
He didn't beat Forest. He didn't beat Forest.
No,
he didn't beat Forest.
Yeah, I know that, but that's yeah. But then
that's one game or 2
dynamic.
games.
2 games.
Do you know what I mean? But
we don't beat anyone at the minute.
I think he'd be more attacking. Do you know what I mean? Push forward. Do you know what I mean? You score. They score 2. We need to score 3. Something like that. Do you know what I mean?
There's no question for stop ignoring me, Dor. Lisa, I'm ignoring you for a reason, Lisa. I'm ignoring for a reason. Like, this is the thing, we can't even banter Derby. Like, their problems off the pitch, but we're just worse as them.
Yeah.
So
we can play from
we
the back,
raised
though.
our game to shit when we played them. we normally way below shit, you know.
Yeah. Question. There's another question. Remember how at Burnley, like I know, like he was awful at Burnley, but do you think if he comes to Forest, would he do I know anyone could be my Forest manager, but
who's out there, Ben? Who's an attacking manager? Who's out there?
Yeah, but it's not right, Lee. And people in the comments as well. You can try and engage as well. You name a manager in the last 23 years who's been attacking, who's been successful.
Well, if we're going to go most successful, you'd go Billy Davis, wouldn't you? He was quite
his first year.
His first stint.
His second stint.
Not so good.
Yeah, but that was all the media stuff there.
But since then, also we've had his defensive mould midfielders like managers, carbon copies. That's all they are. And they fill a gap and that's it.
Did anybody see today? Did anybody see today towards, I think it was about 10 minutes towards the end, and Cardiff had a player down, and all the Cardiff team went to the bench, and Mick McCarthy and his team were giving them tactics, and Forest all looked over at Hughton, and I saw
nothing.
Taylor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Taylor just put his arms out to him, and he just shrugged his shoulders, and then Grabban walked over to him, said something, and Taylor was like throwing his arms out to him to say, "What do you want us to do?"
It's like the players don't know where they should be playing.
Hughton's like an energy vampire. The whole
drained.
Yeah, He sucks the life out of players.
What about Klinsmann? What about Klinsmann? He's a attacking manager.
I'd take David Johnson at the minute. At the minute, anyone's better. Anyone's better than Hughton.
Hey, what about Alex Ferguson coming out of retirement for 6 months?
Well, he would never touch us.
No, I know that, but I'd take him.
Right, next one. Like I said, it's the first time that Hughton's played two up front with Graben and Taylor. Matt, how do you think them two play together? And do you think it could happen again next game against Middlesbrough?
Well, to be fair, Graben did all right. He played more of a number 10, didn't he?
I thought he would be.
Yeah, he was. Typically, he was the one going to the number 10 role. Taylor, I thought, actually played reasonably well at the beginning, and it petered out during the game. I don't know. Why after a year in the job is this what you're coming up with at this point? If it's a good idea, I'd like to think if it had it earlier. If it's not a good idea, why is it taking him this long? It just doesn't make sense to me. And you've got a proper number 10, who's your most expensive you've ever paid your money out for, sitting on the bench, twiddling his fingers. Our bench is stronger than our team. If we want to put out a five-a-side team, we've had a hell of a five-a-side team sitting on the sidelines.
You can't fight against the Hughton, can you? There's just nothing there to cling hold of.
Yeah,
I think the players are stopped now. I think the players are getting.
Yeah, but they've been stopped a long time.
I think
we've got a good squad. Do you agree, Matt?
Yeah, rewinding back. Look, we could be in the top 6 in this league. It's no joke. You remember the beginning of last season? People were complaining, "We're buying the league. We got everyone. We're going to walk the league. It's so unfair." We've had managers that have made us into a bad team. You can't rate any of the players as it is at the moment. You could put Ronaldo in that lot. He wouldn't be able to play. He wouldn't be able to play in that. You can't. It's totally false.
The system's wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing's wrong. Like I say, it's sucking the life out of it. None of those players wanted to go out and play today. I see the under-23s won again tonight. The way they play, their approach, everything is completely different. And it's really, like I say, he's got a special gift to turn good players into bad players. You just watch. You show me one player who's got better. One player who's got better.
I've got a super from Josh, £1.79. Thank you very much just for that. That can get Dylan a lamb and lemonade.
We get our share. What do we get?
The win backs were class today on the debut. We've mentioned this, haven't we? I don't think Spencer played great, but I know Lowe did.
I thought Lowe was man of the match.
I think Lowe was man of the match for me.
Yeah.
But I thought Wall did quite well. Sander did all right.
I think Spencer's suspended in there for the Middlesbrough game. Who's going to play right back?
Oh, right.
No, that Greek guy can't play, can he? Yet?
No, we've got Tutu's injured.
Tutu, is he going to be back?
He's injured.
Still,
then we've got
he's been back then, isn't it?
I bet
He's
Bong
back.
will play. Bong will come back.
Oh,
not right back. He won't.
No,
Well,
he'll put him left back and then put Lowe on the right back.
I'd rather play Finn back.
Yeah, I'll play Finn back if I'm honest.
Finn back. We should be playing Finn back. What are we trying to do? Are we trying to just draw the next game, or are we actually trying to go somewhere as a club in the future? Personally, I'd be happy to give any manager 3 years if he's actually going to do something. Pick a few. Look, their team. I think they had 5 academy players in their team.
You did.
Yeah.
We've got no identity at all, have we?
No,
we've got nothing.
Stick back in, and he'll become a good player by next season. He's already a good player.
Yeah.
Why get bloke on loan who's going to be here for 5 minutes, might be injured, hardly played, and he'll be off, and we'll have to solve the problem again, and we'll have a person who's got no experience.
If you're good enough, you're old enough, aren't you?
Yeah, put him in. They're not that young. I mean, Back is, but
when he's 18,
should be Forner. Put Forner in. I mean, what?
You know what, Matt? You know what? That confused me. You know what confused me? What got me mad as well? Because when I saw the bench, when you got like Finn back and Fortner not even on the bench, If you're not going to play him,
Cafu, the Silva, the new guy. He was
Silva. We're Silva.
Yeah,
Why buy him if you're not put him on the bench?
And the Brazilian guy, they're not going to get in the squad. A lot of these guys are going to go the same way as that goalkeeper, and we're never going to see them. But don't kid yourself. There's only so many places, unless there's unless everyone gets the flu or whatever.
Yeah, 100%.
It's daft. You've got to decide what you're trying to do. Spend your money properly on a few decent players that you actually need, not that are like 10% better, 1% better than the promising kid who's only 12. Give him a chance. He might improve 3 or 4%. You know what I mean? And he's your player. You can sell him.
We're not building anything, are we?
No, it's
we're not building a core. You need
stupid.
A core, and then you add to it.
Forner comes in and he touches the ball like 3 times more than any player's ever touched the ball in the history of the club or something. That's not right for us. Put him away, Carvalho scores 2 goals.
Is he 23 now?
Where's his graph going?
Forner's 22. Forner's just turned 22, isn't he, Matt?
He's just turned 23.
He's turned 22 just now, yeah.
Yeah, he just turned 22. Like, and the thing I don't understand, like, the top winner's gone, and if you're not going to play him, send him on loan, get experience.
Yeah.
Like we start from back. If you're not going to play him, send him out on loan.
For me,
play him. They're good enough.
What confused me big time? Like even Richardson, he's been playing left back. He's 22 years old. Play him. Because what else has Hughton got to lose? There's nothing that he can lose.
But with him, for example, he's a really good attacking fullback, I think. But we don't attack, do we? If you're not going to attack, we just should buy like 18 centre halves and just put centre halves all over the pitch. If that's what we're going to do, let's not kid ourselves. Let's not pretend and have all these attacking ones that we're never going to pick and proper number 10s and things like this. It's a waste of time.
From Ben, he did great for Barrow and he's doing great for Bolton. Teams play attacking football. Has anyone watched Bolton play football? Is he any good? I've not seen him.
Wouldn't risk it.
Oh, days. Again, people you mentioned from Sam, while I was at Sitgo and having meetings right now, apparently. I'm not listen to me. When I heard confirmation from Forest about the point of the new manager, then you'll hear it first.
How do these people know? Do they have like bugs they've planted in the office or something? They're sitting there like looking on their little CCTV. Oh yeah, I see there's Wilder just coming. It's like ridiculous.
People, if there's any comments that you want to ask the panel, please put in the comments below. And if anyone wants to do any super chats, they can. So what's next for Forest? 6 defeats.
Let's go for 7.
8 home wins in 34. That's less than a 25% win ratio.
What's that? Say that again, Lee.
8 home wins out of 34 home games. That's less than 25%.
And who have we beaten? Who have we beaten? One of them was with a last-minute penalty against Wickham. We've beaten no one. These are like lambs to the slaughter that we've beaten. We haven't actually beaten anyone since we beat Leeds, I don't think, technically. The other teams lost on those occasions.
Right, question. This question on this from Mike. He's a Watford fan. Zigadena. Was there a player that you expected? Like, was he good today?
No.
He's even like right. Let me mention this. Right, him and Garner. Like, I think it was Garner's back home debut. Forget the cup. Like Zigadena, Garner, Wooding. I don't think it was good.
I don't think anyone was good apart from Lowe. And Worrell did the odd thing, didn't he? But then they got bullied when the subs were changed, didn't they?
I thought Brennan played okay, but they got worse, haven't they? And in this system, I think they'll get worse based on the fact that virtually every other players got worse.
Yeah, but Matt, the question, Mike, you mentioned the formation, the 4-2-3-1. Like, whoever we could get a new manager in, and they could play the same formation, and we could, I don't know, Forest could win 6.
That, and it's the same like you're saying about attacking football. Attacking football is successful football, and everyone's entertained by successful football. This is we all thought it was great. Well, we did all think it was great when up until Christmas with Sabri before the lockdown. He was pretty negative, but Grabban was scoring the goals and it was working, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone was happy. No one was complaining about that. The problem is when it doesn't work, and all you do is just defend, and you've got no idea, and your instinct is to defend. You've got no plan B. That's the problem.
Sabri Yusuf is counter-attacking though and breaking at pace. We don't break at any speed whatsoever.
Well,
it just
precisely.
goes sideways, across, back, sideways.
He had Matty. He had the wingers like Matty Cash, and we could be doing the same sort of thing, but we're not doing that. He's with two. He's saying, yeah, we've got solid. We've always been solid. You're not going to not be solid with three of the best sort of defensive players. Samba and the two centre halves. They're good.
But we're not even looking that solid. To be fair, he's trying to be solid, and we don't look that solid. We're under pressure most of the time.
Well, yeah, the first 5 minutes.
The thing, mate, when I was listening to Chris Hughton after the game, and the way he was talking about, he knew when the substitute come on for Cardiff, it's going to change the game. And I thought to myself, if he knows it's going to change the game, do something about it.
Yeah. Counteract it.
Exactly. And that's why I don't get it. That's why I put the tweet out about we can get any manager we want. I mean, it's still gonna be the fucking sorry from language, but it's still gonna be the same. So that's what I don't understand about.
No other manager could do it. Like I just go to watch, but I'm saying bring him on. You
we can see it.
Idiot, not to do something. You're sitting there thinking, The only thing you can say for him is he knows he hasn't got a clue. So he just does the easy thing. Oh, a winger. Have we got another? Yeah, swap a winger for a winger or something. He doesn't think.
He doesn't bring the extra attacker on, does it?
No, today I think they should have gone 3 at the back, pushed the fullbacks forward. Yeah, that would have dealt with the aerial bombardment. As soon as they brought on the extra guy, we were winning at that point. Put 3 at the back.
Yeah,
that's what I would have done, and taken off one of the two. I would
have done exactly the same. I would have bought.
Everyone would.
I would put
everyone would. We've seen the game before,
Question from Bucket Rabbit. Dave Johnson said Hughton wouldn't have signed any of these players. The board are just much to blame, and Marco has to punch them. Let's talk about the owner. Like, he put so much money into Forest, and I see on social media people's blaming Johnny Owen, Yanis, and Randall. Like, if you remember, people do remember about the longest letter that he did.
Open letter in 2017.
Let me start with you, Lee. I don't know if have you read it, Lee?
He's on page 2.
Yeah, probably still going. No, the thing is, how I feel about him. I call him Fraudinakis. I'm not convinced at all. Is his heart in it? For me, no, but a lot of people might disagree because we buy a few players or we sign a few loans. So that means he must care about Forest. I'm not convinced personally. I'm really not. But,
What about you, Dylan?
He had a 5-year plan, didn't he?
Yeah, what year are we on? Is it year 4?
Year 5.
65.
Next year we need to get promoted this year.
Apparently,
and then be in the championship Champions League next year.
Yeah,
and
that's the thing. I don't know if you lot. I was listening to a podcast. I think Daniel Taylor, the athletic guy.
Yeah,
he's saying about Yanis is still part of the. Is it chief executive?
Yeah, he's the what's it? Dean Murphy's the CEO.
Yeah,
and supposedly Yanis is the CEO officer. That's his title.
I don't get it. I just don't know.
Does that mean he monitors Dane then? So then you're not letting him do his job, are you?
Well,
this is why I'm confused with that. The Olympiacos right back. That's 100% right. When I was listening to it, they said that like with Forest, they do the research, and they did research on this right back. Like, I don't get it.
Okay, Ben, go through our new signings, and you tell me which of them are Dane Murphy and Hughton signings compared to the Greek lot at the back.
What the ones for this summer?
All our signings we've made this window.
I know that the right back wasn't ours.
No,
he was definitely the one was.
What about this Paraguayan guy?
I personally think the Paraguay guy was ours. Was Murphy's because we need to remember he's young. and I think we'll talk about that. What's the striker we meant to brought?
Oh,
What's his name?
Major.
Major.
Yeah, Major. So I think he was talking about if we buy him, can we get more for him in the future? I think that's just why we brought the Paraguay guy. Like if we can, we brought. I don't know how much we brought him. Is it 1.5 or whatever it was?
What for the Paraguay guy? I think we paid about for the Paraguay guy.
For the Paraguay, people in the comments. Do you know? I don't know.
What's his name? What's his name?
Go on, Matt. Matt knows him.
Odger.
Matt talks to his mum.
Jada, isn't it? Jada. So Jada, yeah, his mum would tell me.
Yeah.
His mum followed up.
Do you know he's on the plane now? Do you know he's on the plane now?
One of the few insights we had.
Do you know he's on the plane now to Nottingham? I think he's going back to Paraguay.
No.
Yeah,
he probably would. Yeah, be well advised.
But how many are actually Murphy influenced?
I don't.
What?
I personally think it was about. How many did we get? We got 7 in.
10.
Silver could be. I don't know. They like a Portuguese player. I don't think they like a Portuguese player.
You got to look at Silva,
got that
right?
Brazilian defender, haven't we?
Oh yeah.
That other striker we're going on about as well.
I personally think that wasn't Hughton signing.
None of them are Hughton.
We'll just sign random
players. Look, let's face it. Hughton's struggling with the people he's had for a year. He doesn't know their names. He wants these old familiar ones back.
We just sign random players, don't we? Just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like Silva. You got to look at Silva. West Ham have put a 25% sell-on clause.
Yeah.
And if you've seen some of the comments from the West Ham supporters, they're fuming that they've got rid of him.
He only played 2 games. So
he played 2 games for him.
They've got to say he's going to be a superstar when he's only played 2 games. That's
what is it? Is he 21 though?
24.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 24. Played 2 games and they're gutted he's left. Really?
I've got another super chat, people. From Martin Sheehan. Thank you for £5.
Oh. Okay,
that can go toward Matt. That can go toward my sticker for background.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
There you go. Only another 800 quid to go.
The people in the comments, if there's any comments you want to ask the panel, let's go ahead. But like I said, we've got who we got next? Middlesbrough next. We've got Neil Warnock. We never beat Neil Warnock, or I don't know why.
Cardiff
beat him when he was at Leeds
on the trot now or something, haven't they as well?
They're not doing well though, are they?
No, but like QPR were the team that never beat us, and we let them beat us recently. Just like no one.
Like
I can't believe that thing. Like, we're one of only 2 clubs never gone to.
I don't know. Right, this question, like I said, what players would you bring in? Like, so we've got a massive game against Middlesbrough. Would you change the formation? What players would take in? Would you take out? Lee, what players would you take out? And in comments as well, people, you can join in as well. What players would you take in and take out to the Middlesbrough game? And would you change formation?
Do you know what? I was going to say Yates, and that I know Matt would love that, but it's only because I want to see Forner. I thought Yates didn't actually have a bad game today. I'll give him his due. I'm not his biggest fan.
Oh, look, you triggered him! You triggered him!
What did he do? What did he do? Look,
I'm
having a
Matt, but he wasn't. Matt,
come on,
right? No,
come on.
Right, Matt. Listen, I agree with Lee. I do. Like I like Yates, and he don't get me wrong. He's been bad. He's been bad for the last 3 or 4 games, but he wasn't that bad. Garner was worse than him.
I thought Garner had his worst game today.
Well, there you go.
He was never in it.
We should just stop now whilst he's ahead. Because it
just quit as a football club.
Okay.
I'd like to see Forner given a run in that middle. I just would. Obviously, I don't know about these new players because we've not seen them, and some of them we won't see probably till after the next international break. It's definitely a change of formation, more attacking, maybe, like you say, 3-5-2.
The question for Matt because he's a Cobalt fan. He's even worse.
I wouldn't put Jack in that team. It's not fair on him. Not fair on him. He's too good for that. He doesn't want to be involved with that. You know. No, but you have to pick either Colback or Forner. You have to pick someone that can play football.
I'll play Forner.
You can put Garner with him in a little bit more advanced role. I would pick back because he's our player and he's good enough. Myself, obviously, Lowe can stay at left back. Zinkernagel, well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The thing I would do is tie Chris Hughton up and chuck him in the Trent before the players arrive. That's what I would do.
But why don't we play? Why don't we play Johnson on the right wing? He's even playing there for Wales, and you can see he's more comfortable on the right wing.
Lee, he doesn't play. He doesn't play right wing. He doesn't play right wing.
Well,
he plays left wing.
No, he did for Wales. He was on the right hand side, and I think he looked better on there.
No, he didn't. He played left wing.
Are you sure?
100%.
I've seen him on the right wing.
Penalty.
He played left wing. He got the penalty.
Oh, all right. Then. Well,
what? See,
he's watching it in the mirror.
Yeah. Still do a better job than Newton.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It doesn't matter. All this stuff doesn't matter because you've seen 40 games. Why even bother talking about players and all this stuff? You've seen 40 games. You've seen probably about 200 players play under him, and they all play crap. There's a common element, isn't there?
Wow.
Right. I'm just looking at so much questions. Matt, for you, Matt. Are you taking happy pills, Matt?
No.
I think he is. From Darren Price, I'll pick Garner and Cafu. Would you? Do you feel? Does anyone feel sorry for Cafu not getting a chance? I think he played all right against Blackburn. Anyone?
He's just going to be in and out, isn't it? He's just going to be one. I reckon he'll play Wednesday.
I'd just get him on to do 2 Raboners and then take him off again.
Right, and this is another one from Grant. What about Jenkins? What was he doing? Would you put Jenkins in that team?
Well,
is he still there?
We signed him. We're paying him enough, aren't we?
Yeah, 30 grand we're playing him.
He's loving life, isn't it?
He is loving life.
Yeah, but to be fair, he's in the gutter. He's suicidal, the poor bastard. He played for England. We signed him, and what has he done wrong? What has he done to deserve this? He hasn't been that bad, has he? Has he been any worse?
He's never really had a run, has he? He got injured.
No. How much worse has he been than everyone else we've seen in the last 2 years?
I think what game was it?
Okay, there's 1 or 2 standouts, but on the whole, you can't pick. I don't think it's fair to pick on all these people like Grabban. All these people, they're working in unusual circumstances, aren't they? Grabban's not going to score 20 goals in this team. We have to score 70 goals. Where are the goals going to come from? Nowhere.
I want to know one thing. Why I noticed today, especially in the second half, every time we were coming towards their penalty area, Grabban was always on the edge of the area or in the D. Why is he not in this on the penalty spot?
Because he was playing deep, weren't he? He kept dropping back, didn't he?
Why play 4-4-2?
You know what? I'm not going to lie. He was pissing me off. I know he scored his goal. He's due, but he was just coming too deep for me, for my liking. And I just don't think he was.
Why have 2 strikers on then? If you're not going to play that way. Because when I saw the formation for 4-4-2, he's going for it. He's going to go more attacking. But then every time I kept watching him.
Question for Med. Shout out to Med. Do you think you guys will win a relegation scrap now? And also, if Chris Hughton would you bring in? This is a question. Do you think we're in a relegation scrap fight? Probably. I think we are.
If we keep Hughton, we'll get relegated.
Really?
If we win a couple, we'll be in a relegation scrap. We're not even in it yet, are we? We're miles adrift.
Yeah, if we keep Hughton,
we're not in a scrap. There's no scrap. It's surrender at the moment.
Yeah, we're not even scrapping, really, are we? Dylan smile.
We can't smile, Martin. We can't smile. We can't try and bring some positivity, but we can't smile. This is the problem.
The only best thing about today was taking my daughter.
What?
Do you know what?
I said the best thing for today was taking my daughter to the game.
Other than the goal, the highlight was the Cardiff fans when they applauded for that Dylan. I like that. That was respectful.
That was respectful.
For that.
Rest in peace, Dylan.
Yeah, definitely.
Where's a question? Right, there's another one as well. Samba, another conceded 2 again. Would you bring in Halvert? for this game? Really?
Yep.
He was
Why?
awful. He was awful.
I
the
thought
first
he
10
was
minutes.
awful today. He made 1 or 2 good saves, but he's got mistakes in him, hasn't he, all the time. I ain't got confidence in him anymore. He's not the same keeper who we signed. No way.
He definitely is. Got his fingerprints. It's the same one. But, come on. Goalkeepers are like managers. If you give him 40 games and he proves himself to be utter crap, drop him. But I don't personally. I think we've got 2 goalkeepers who are too good. It's not right. You shouldn't have 2 good goalkeepers that good. The American looks good, but you've only seen 2 games.
What we got to lose by throwing him on, though?
Well, I don't know. The continuity counts for a lot defensively, and I agree. Look, if Samba got sold or went off, fine. But I'm sure he'd do a great job, the American. But I don't see what's the point in messing about with one of the few things that actually works. He wasn't at fault with the stuff.
It is a bit shaky today, I thought, Samba.
Did you see at the start? Was it the first 10 minutes when he cleared it off the line? And
Straight to the Cardiff player.
Yeah, went straight up the pitch, and Worrell went absolutely mental at him, for not sorting it out, and he's just going absolute crazy. And it's like it looked like he just every time he got the ball, he was just dinking it up and just just hit it up here. He just seems to not have that urgency.
I don't think you should pick players on their looks myself. Carvalho basically got dropped on his looks because he didn't look like he cared. He looked a bit. It's nonsense.
Matt wants it because of his missus had a shop, and
it could be to do with that.
Yeah,
he did more work. I tell you what, he's a hard worker in the shop. People that say he's not a hard worker, he's definitely a hard worker. He did more work in the shop than she did. So.
There's a comment. Like I said, Forest have got Misborough on Wednesday, and former Forest player Abe is coming. I don't think he's injured. I think he's injured, not Abe.
He has been injured, yeah.
Yeah, so he could score past Forest. We don't know.
He's the only guy that scored at the ground for the last couple of years. He knows how to hit the net from 30 yards, doesn't he?
Oh, days. Right, so how long got? Still got quite a lot of time. There's 156 people in, and if you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button if you can. Let's move on from Forest now. Lads, so ratings. This can be. Come on,
no, don't do it to them. Don't do it to them. It's not fair on the players.
People in the comments. I'll put the whole team. Let me start with you, Lee. Out of 10,
Low.
I don't even want to give a rating. I don't think they deserve a rating. I've got to be honest. I can't do it. 0. Oof. I've got no enthusiasm for them at the minute. I can't. I've got to be honest. It's hard. Go on, Matt.
Good luck.
I feel sorry for everyone associated with Forest at the moment. Everyone that cares about
the fans
associated with Forest. I feel sorry for them.
You know what? Sorry.
The most.
You know the worst thing about it? Like the attendance was fantastic. I think it was 24,000.
Nearly 25,000.
Yeah, nearly 25,000 Forest fans, and that's what we're going to deal with. And
I just feel let down every time I go. I walk away and I'm just like shaking my head all the time. If you just can't see this, it's hard to see a positive in it.
I can't see it. It's just weird. Like it's the first time not going to the game with fans there, and just looking back on it, it's just going back to the game on Wednesday. I'm back again. I am back again, people. Okay, for that Monday night. So I've got to be more depressed.
Or a promise.
It is what it is.
I'd drag it out a few more days. You won't miss anything. Stay home.
You might be
take away.
Never know. We might have a new manager by Wednesday.
20% off.
We might. If we get a manager if we get a new manager Monday or Tuesday, it'll be on DoreOnTour. So if you do, so make sure you hit the subscribe button.
You've made it all seem worthwhile.
Something's got to happen. I can't understand how 30,000 people can see this, but the handful of people that run Forest can't see it.
They can't be there watching the same thing we are.
They don't care about the same things as we care about, do they?
Is it money? Is it
They can't
is
do.
it paying him off? Do you know what I mean? Because obviously they sack him, they've got to pay him off. Are they opening for him
Well,
to
hopefully
walk?
he's not paid that much. You
But
know,
they're
we
going to
haven't, hasn't
lose more
stopped
if we
us
go
backing
down,
good
aren't they?
managers before, has it? The
They're gonna
saddest thing I
lose more
thought
if we go
today
down.
was how no one cared. The crowd just were like, "Oh yeah," sort of thing. There was no anger, was there? There was nothing.
No.
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 I feel like we're
expected a
going
lot.
through the motions, Matt. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
We'd
Just-
almost had, you know, it goes back to that energy vampire. He sucked the life out of 25,000 freaking people, didn't he? Basically, the guy who was most angry was Joe Wall.
Mm. I was looking at the comment.
He sucked the life out of us.
Yeah.
I am. you really have. You really took note of that. Oh days. I was just going to comment. 50k pay him off now. It won't be that much, will it? No.
Keep him on. Look, keep him on. Do a Jenkinson. Let him just come and make a cup of tea. Say, go on, Chris, you got any ideas? Let Joe Wall take over.
Clearly, I've
And
got
just
any.
ask him now and again. You know, let him do a bit of fitness. You know, get him stay out with the people at half time and let him help with the kickabout. You know, what? Don't sack him. Make him earn his money, but just don't make him the manager.
Breaking news: apparently, John Terry is set to take over. If he is, make sure all your wives are stuck at home.
They're locked up.
He locked up. I'm joking. People.
They're going to go.
Watch out
They're going to
for
go.
Terry's
They're going to go
boys.
for experience next. They're going to go for another one.
You
So if
can't have
Wilder,
inexperience, can you?
they can't. This is the problem. Do you give
They're
John
going to
Terry
go
the?
older. They're going through the whole of the dinosaur eras now. You know, we had a T-Rex before, but now we've got a bloody Stegosaurus.
Well, the thing is, if they
Unbelievable.
go for John Terry, and by Christmas, January time, we're still down there, what's the excuse then? It's he's inexperienced. Do you know what I mean? So they've got to do
I
something.
won't go for John Terry.
Would you go? There's one here from Darren Price. Would you go for Steve Cooper? Swansea, like he's been to playoffs twice. He's a young manager. He took England under 19s to the final. Would you take him?
He did
They
all right
played
at
decent
Swansea.
football under him, didn't they?
Yeah, I felt sorry for him at Swansea as well. It was like, you know, the Coopers. It was like you know, the first stint with Billy Davis. It felt like that. If you remember it, can you remember that?
What with?
It's a long
Davis.
distant memory, but we can just about
Yeah, what?
remember it.
No, like Billy, the first stint with him, like he took us to the playoffs twice.
Yeah, we
They got-
got Swansea. It's brilliant. Yeah,
Yeah, then he got sacked,
Birmingham.
and then I don't know. It could be one. There's
Who else is out there? Who's attacking? Who's out
Tony
there?
Tony
Oh.
Pulis.
Tony Pulis.
That's
Good
like
call.
a Hughton, that isn't it?
Why not? We'll bring him in. Fucking Harry Redknapp. Who the fuck wants to bring Harry Redknapp in? For fuck's sake. So many fucking people there.
He's too busy betting, old Redknapp, isn't
He's too close to Derby.
Oh, days. Right. Right. Last but not least, people, before we do go, 152 people are in. Thank you very much for coming in today. Right. I'm gonna ask you one time, right? Who would you replace Chris Hughton? And I'll start with you, Dylan. He would swap, and why?
There's two I'd like to see. I would like to see either Chris Wilder, because I think he'd just grab him by the scruff of the neck and just tell him to get on with it, and or I'd like to see Lampard.
Okay.
That's
It's
me
quite-
personally.
There's quite. There's Lampard here as well from Kai.
But I think if they're going to go for something, and we're 1 point bottom of the league, who they're going to go for? I think they're going to look at Wilder.
Okay. Matt.
I'd say Dane Murphy, do your job. Get rid of this guy, and you appoint the manager. Don't ask me. He's being paid to do it. You appoint the right manager. You signed a few of these players. Hopefully you got that right. Get the right guy in who can play the right kind of football to be successful in this league. It doesn't matter whether it takes 6 months, 6 years. I don't care. But we have to see some kind of progress. You know, we've been softened up.
We've been saying this for how long have we been saying this for the last?
Yeah, but that's the only way to do it, isn't it? Don't you think? I would like us to
build
look
a
long
core,
term.
add to
The
it. and get
the
up.
key things we do wrong is we do everything short term and everything. I don't think there's many people that work for Forest who do it for the love of it. That most people there are just for the money.
Yep.
All of them,
100%.
top to bottom.
Another super chat from Martin Sheeran, £1.49. Bloody hell. Matt, I want my sticker, Matt.
There you go. No, and I tell you, the first thing we should do is we should pack the boardroom with people that care about Forest. The likes of the Frank Clarks, the Paul Harts, those kind of guys, who, and even some of the younger ones. Let them be involved. They understand the club, and Murphy should be working with those kind of characters in there.
100%. Shout out to Kay from Australia. How you doing from Australia? Bloody hell. What time is it? It's the morning now, isn't it?
Monday. But
9 in the morning. Something like that.
Bloody hell. Well,
9.
Thank you for watching, Kay. Bloody hell. That's mad. There's one I didn't comment here from Ben. Carlos Cavallo. He did well with Sheffield Wednesday and Swansea. And he's Portuguese. So
at least he'll know their names.
He'll be able to talk to them.
You'll be able to talk to him. Right, I've not asked you, Lee. Who would you want as manager? And why?
I want an attacking manager, and I think we made a big mistake when we didn't get Jukanovic. I know he's elsewhere now, but I think he would have done well with us. Who do I want now? No idea. I hear Chris Wilder. What's his style of play? Is it defensive? Is it long ball? What is it?
No, it's free. It's free.
He plays a bit like yeah.
It's 3-5. It's 3-5-2. His formation, I think it is.
I want someone who's going to inspire me. Someone who's going to make me want to go and watch him.
Yeah,
I think anybody would come in and make you want to watch him.
I'd rather we go all out and lose than sit back and lose.
Yeah, that's the whole point. It's not about
this
winning or
same
losing. It's about trying to do something. And
I don't
actually,
look forward to going anymore.
I don't mind losing. I never mind losing as long as you feel like they've given it a go. That's no
You'd
problem.
rather them go all
No
out
problem.
and then go, well, fair play, we lost to the better side.
Yeah.
Have you noticed Hughton now is using Mark Warburton's phrases?
By
Small margins. Small margins. As soon as he started saying that, I was like, that's it, he's got to go.
Get him
Small
gone.
margin. And did anyone listen to his interview today? I'm
Terrible.
What? Chris Hughton?
Well, yeah.
Terrible.
No, because I know it was the same as last week.
Right. You know when I seen it. You know when I was watching it. When I was watching it, I was like this.
I've not seen the one on Sky, but I've heard the one on BBC.
I've heard the one on BBC.
They're pretty much all the same. You don't even need to listen to the latest one. Just watch one from last year.
What frustrated me, right? What you know what frustrated me? I think I said it on the show beforehand. When the Cardiff lot, when the two strikes were coming on, he knew something was going to happen. If you know something's going to happen, do something about it.
Counteract it.
That's what you've got to do. Don't wait till the fucking score 2 goals.
Well, this is the thing.
No, but he would rather do nothing.
And put Forner on and
you see Cardiff's team sheet and we're Kiefer Moore's not playing.
I see that.
Right.
We're going to win this.
So all right, they're going to bring him on at some point. So let's get 2 or 3 goals ahead, because if they do bring him in, they've got a longer margin to get to. But as soon as he come on, I turned around to this bloke at the side of me and I went, mate, they're going to do something now. And he's like, nah, we'll be all right. I went, we'll lose this. 2-1, I bet you. Bang, 2-1.
It's like we get a goal and we sit back. We don't know what to do once we get the lead. It's like
let's be honest. Jesus Christ, you could blindfold most of us and we could smell what we need to do better than he can see it.
Yeah.
Seriously.
First 5 minutes of the second half, I just turned around and just went, that's it. You could tell straight away. It was
I said
coming.
to my mate, watch this. They'll put more on and they'll hoof the ball in. They'll keep hoofing it up, attack us, and we won't cope with it. Look what happened.
Well,
you can see it a mile off.
Yeah.
It's just, why can't he see it?
Something strange.
He's not getting paid X amount of thousands every week to manage the club.
You know what frustrates me? I don't know if you've not seen it. Like when Randall said about Hughton, I think it was 2 or 3 Premiership clubs wanted Hughton. Like,
well, that's probably what he told them, and they believed it. They go, "Oh, better sign you quick, then." God knows what he said to the. God knows what he said in the interview. It wasn't this though, was it? It wasn't like I'm gonna take you down 10 places, then down to close to 0 points. It's like, no, we don't. Thanks.
I've seen that Ireland want him.
I believe.
Hayling
You know,
Island. What island? Hayling?
I believe. You know the board.
That's his next job.
You know the board, Nicholas Randall and all that. I believe they're not bothered about the playing style. They're all about what's happening off the pitch, like with the stand and stuff like that. Because every time you listen to Randall, he turns around and says, "Yeah," but then they're going, "Yeah, but the CEO's the one who's dealing with the manager, and we're dealing with the stand, and we're dealing with this." And it's like, hold on a minute, don't you all deal with it together?
Randall's just
What's the point in building a stand when you're going to have no one to go in it? Because the football's that dire, no one's going to want to come and watch it.
No, you build the stand because you want to sell the apartments. You wouldn't bother with the stand. Yeah. If there was an option just to have the apartments, you'd only have the apartments, I assure you. Just like if you didn't have to buy the players to do this and that, you probably wouldn't buy so many players. You know, there's probably another reason why there's so many signings, you know.
Right, boys, we're going to get going. It's been a pleasure. I know it's been another... I think I'm about to do it. If Forest lose against Huddersfield, I'll edit this and we'll put it out after the Huddersfield game.
A positive one.
Borough game.
Yeah.
Borough, that's it. Middlesbrough game. I thought Middlesbrough game, yeah.
You missed that one because we're not going to win anyway. Missed that game out.
Yeah, you're looking ahead to about 3 months down the road.
Oh, dude.
That's probably what Hughton does every time.
Yeah.
But boys, it's been a pleasure, and as well the 156 people that watched it. It's been a pleasure for coming on. But like I said, I've got Middlesbrough. I'll be back. I hope. Hopefully, I'm not going to be positive. Can't be bothered.
If he
I watch
doesn't,
Forest and I feel like I've got COVID, Ben, from watching Forest. It's ridiculous.
If he's still in charge on Wednesday,
bloody long Forest.
It is.
Well, yeah, it's been a pleasure, people. And again, people, thank you very much for the donations as well, the comments as well. And Lee, Matt, and Dylan, it's been a pleasure for taking your time to come on my show again. People, if you are new to my channel, DoreOnTour, please do hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, and can it get any worse, lads? Can it get any worse? Don't say that. That's a red flag to a bull. Can it get any worse? Say that. I've only just started. Well, yeah, boys. Thank you very much for everyone, and I'll see everyone soon. Peace and love. Up the Reds. Can I say that? No, can't. I don't know. I'm not going to say up the Reds. Probably offending someone. Lisa, at least. Right, peace and love, everyone, and I'll see everyone soon. All right. Take care.